So good afternoon, everyone. I welcome all the attendees of this session onto the webinar. If you are looking for a career in sciences, choose a specialization that's right for you. I'll be first taking up the agenda of this webinar as first of all, I'll be sharing the program list that will be appearing in your preference filling interface. Basically, you have given the LPU nest for various programs, and you are in a position very soon you will be getting an interface where you have to fill your choices, your preferences at various levels. So this webinar is going to help you all in selecting the right program for yourself, and we all are here to guide you through the choice that you make the right one. Okay, so first of all, I'll be sharing the program list appearing in your preference filling interface. Then all the presenters with me will be sharing the highlights and the insights of various programs that would be appearing over there. And then I'll be sharing a breakout room link with you. Now, what are breakout rooms? After this webinar, there are few specialized mentors available in these breakout rooms. I'll be sharing the link. After you listen to all the presenters, you have a choice to move to a breakout room and talk to them of your choice with some in-depth queries. If you have any, you have the option to get into the rooms and talk to the experts sitting over there, right? So I'll be sharing those links with you. Then they'll be having a demonstration of preference filling interface. We'll give you a demo over here wherein you can see how to get into that interface and pick the preferences of your choice. And then I'll be activating the breakout rooms actually, and then you'll be getting into that, right? So let's talk about the presenters of the day. First of all, we have with us Dr. Monica Gulati, Executive Dean and Head of School of Physiotherapy and Paramedical Sciences. She'll be taking up few programs as B.Pharm.AC, BPT, then BSc MLT. She'll be talking about MPT specializations, and then M.Pharm.AC as well, and MSCs that she has to offer. Okay. Then we have with us Dr. Neeta Raj Sharma, Dean and Head of School of Bioengineering and Biosciences. She has a few programs. She'll be talking about MSc Honors Botany, MSc Honors Zoology, Biotechnology, Microbiology, Forensic Sciences, and so on. Then we'll move on to Dr. Kailash Chandra Juglan, Deputy Dean and Head of School of Chemical Engineering and Physical Sciences. He'll be talking about MSc Honors Physics, MSc Honors Chemistry, Mathematics, Statistics and Data Analytics, and of course BSc's UG level programs. Then we'll move on to Professor Gaurav Pushkarna, Associate Dean and Coordinator of Division of Admissions. He'll be taking up a little bit of infrastructure, and then he'll be mainly focusing upon the demonstration of the interface. That would be the flow of this webinar, and I'm sure this is going to help you a lot filling your preferences. So I'll be stopping over here, and I'll be giving the necessary rights to Dr. Monica Gulati to take up her part of presentation. Over to you, madam.
Thank you. So good afternoon all. As I have been given the task by the organizers to talk about the various programs both at UG level as well as PG level, which are associated with the applied medical sciences. We have many children who have joined us recently who were either not willing to go into pure medical sciences, or who could not enter into pure medical sciences. So the next best option for such children is generally the various UG and PG courses, which are supportive in their role. And as all of you would be knowing, this is one profession, the profession of all the applied medical sciences, which even during pandemic, when all the other industries were suffering from slowdown and many people were chucked off, and there was a dearth of jobs. This was one profession which rather increased its recruitment. So there was never a slowdown. There will never be a slowdown in the applied medical sciences courses, whether they are of undergraduate levels or postgraduate levels. The reasons being, one thing is that we as a society are now more health conscious, so we are spending more on health products. Then we have more people living longer, so we have a higher ratio of elderly people who actually require more medical attention. So this is one profession, which is never going to have any kind of slowdown ever. And this was very well demonstrated during the last 2.5 years, when we had vaccines rolled out in a period of less than 6 months, which generally takes 6 years or even more, 20 years to develop. So this was the time, when the supportive medical staff got its recognition. So let us move on. So first of all, my dear friends, I'll be talking about the physiotherapy program. As you all know, many of us, we as a family are not very much interested to take medicine, especially the elder people in the family. They do not like to give many medicines to their children. So these are the programs wherein we offer to the people, to the general public, to the society, uh, treatment which is without any kind of medicines. So this is the magic of physiotherapy. So in physiotherapy, friends, we have BPT, which is the Bachelor of Physiotherapy. It is basically an 8 semester, that means 4 years program plus 6 months of compulsory internship training. So for this, as you can see, the word written is compulsory and the word written is rotatory also. So in this case, you will be posted to almost all the mandatory units of a hospital, where you will be asked to undergo a training so that you earn expertise in that particular area. Apart from the regular BPT, which is 4 years long, we also offer lateral entry in BPT. This is for those children who have completed their diploma in physiotherapy, right? So they will get a direct entry into the second year. So they'll be starting from the third semester and going up to the 8th semester, right? So it will be 3 years, and then there'll be a followed by a 6 months compulsory internship. Apart from those, for those people who have already completed their bachelor's in physiotherapy, we have 5 specializations to offer for the PG programs. First, of course, is orthopedics, which is the long tested kind of specialization. So I'll be coming to each one of them. So we have ortho, neuro, cardiopulmonary, sports, and pediatrics as the specializations in the PG programs. So let us take all of them one by one. So as you can see, regarding BPT, I've already shared that it will be 4 years plus half an year of internship. And generally, our children go to multi-speciality hospitals so that they are able to get training in each one of the specializations. And then a Masters of Physiotherapy, it is a 2 years program. And as I shared with you, we have 5 specializations. And these are the career prospects, and let me just come back to it once. So as you all know, when we talk of orthopedics, we'll be mainly dealing with the orthopedic problems. There could be muscles, there could be joints, there could be the people who have undergone knee replacement surgery and all. So all kind of muscular and all kind of orthopedic treatments will be provided by MPTs in ortho. Then neuro, the neurological deficits or the neurological issues which would from epilepsy to Alzheimer to CP children, all these will be handled by the neuro MPTs. Then sports, you all know, recently in many of you may be aware that recently in the recent Olympics, we had a large contingent, and the Neeraj Chopra phenomena which happened, he also happens to be our own student. So the physiotherapists who support the sports persons, they train in MPT in sports, and they are able to provide support to all kinds of sports persons. It could be cricket, it could be hockey, as you could see, it could be javelin throw, it could be judo, karate also, it could be any sport, and then they are able to add value to the sports performance. Then you might have heard of many people undergoing the cardiopulmonary bypasses and so on. So the people, the experts who handle the cardiac, the heart related problems and the lung related problems, the respiratory issues and the cardiac issues, complete 2 years to specialize in the cardiopulmonary. And pediatric conditions are when they treat the babies. The problems of babies are generally very special, so babies and children, there's the people who specialize in the physiotherapy of younger age patients, they undergo the MPT in pediatrics. So this is regarding the career prospects. Of course, the maximum placements would be in hospitals. Then you can teach in the universities and colleges also. Then, dear friends, you might have seen there are special children and there are special people who have certain different needs. We call them differently abled also. So for them, we have special schools which have been rolled out by the government. So in such special schools also, there is a huge need of physiotherapists. Then of course, sports industry, there would be, you would see in every cricket match, whenever there is a player who is injured, a physiotherapist would run and take care of that player. So that sports industry employs a huge number of uh, physiotherapists. Then we have rehabilitation centers. Rehabilitation is when somebody has undergone any problem and we are trying to rehabilitate or bring back that person to the normal level or almost normal level of day-to-day functioning. Then we have a government sector wherein you have n number of jobs, right from to a hospital to schools which are catering to special children. Then we have spinal cord injury patients for whom the government has made certain centers, and then there are NGOs. Then many of our alumni, they have opened their own clinics which are the physiotherapy clinics. So in there, the patients will come and just take the physiotherapy treatment. No medicine is given to them, and then they can start their private practice also. Then in the gyms also, because you might be aware that in the fitness industry, if anything is practiced in a wrong manner, it can lead to injuries and it can lead to many negative effects. So therein also a number of physiotherapists are required. Then specialized industries like where we have the supports, the physical supports, like you have braces, like you have crutches, wherever these kind of things are made. Even the weights where they are made, they generally employ one physiotherapist, so as to ensure that whatever is prepared therein, it is of a proper manner, and an expert is there to guide them. And then of course, research field is available to all the specialization at all points of time. Then friends, I'll also share with you the various industries where clinical training is imparted to our children who are doing both BPT as well as MPT. So this is a list of hospitals wherein our children generally visit, and these are the physiotherapy services which are offered by us. So in total we have 3 clinics. One is in Jalandhar, one is in Phagwada, and then one is inside the university campus, wherein our children go and train themselves under the supervision of the teachers who go along with them. And friends, I'm going to share a very interesting thing with you. As you can see, this is a device which has been created by our children, and of course under the supervision of their faculty, wherein we are able to understand where the symmetry is not there. You would see that whenever you walk a lot, or one shoe would wear out more quickly than the other one, and at times we complain that our left leg aches, or our right foot aches, or we have pain in the left shoulder. So it is not symmetrically divided. The pain never occurs symmetrically because we are not standing, or we are not walking in a proper manner. So these kind of shoes have been devised by our children, which will tell that where the pressure should be and where the pressure actually is, so that a person can gait. Then, friends, let me share with you that we have a number of collaborations. Our MPT and PhD students are doing research in collaboration with the various organizations. As you can see, a number of international universities are there. Then about a year back, our department got an international grant of, as you can see, these are the other, we are leading the project, and these are the other universities and organizations which are collaborating with us. And we are developing the curricula for imparting training to the people who teach sports persons. So trainers for the sports persons, they will be given training by that curricula. And then we come to another very supportive kind of profession, which is medical laboratory sciences. So we have here also, we have an undergraduate course, which is BSc Medical Lab Technology. And then we have masters in three specializations, which will include clinical microbiology, biochemistry, and clinical embryology. Now, children, as you could see, clinical is attached everywhere. This is the prefix for all the three specializations, because the children, when they pass out, they will be entering into areas of hospitals and clinics only. So they are going to support the doctors. Now, whenever you go to any doctor these days, he or she would tell you to get certain tests done before they finally give you the medicine. So these diagnostic techniques are conducted or carried out by the medical laboratory technologists only. So this undergraduate course prepares the children for entering into the diagnostic areas. Diagnostic techniques are taught to them. So this equips the students with basic and advanced skills to practice as laboratory professionals. So the diagnosis, whether it is for any kind of infection, these days you are so familiar with the RT-PCR test done. So this RT-PCR test, it was invented by a medical lab technologist. It is carried out by a medical lab technologist because they are the people who are taught all the precautions to be taken, so that you give the right kind of results, and then you don't catch the infection yourself. And in this case also, there is a 6 months internship which is compulsory, either in the hospitals or in the labs. Right now, the difference between this internship and the internship of physiotherapy is, with physiotherapy, the internship is after the completion of the theory and lab courses, while in this case, it is a part of the total 3 years duration. Right. So the common courses which are taught include the clinical microbiology, clinical biochemistry, microbiology, where you learn about the microorganisms, including the bacteria, the fungi, the viruses, and so on. Then we talk of biochemistry, the tests which are done to find out, the body composition, is everything all right or not within your body. Then hematology is basically the study of blood, inclusive of the various parameters telling you whether everything is all right or not, or there are any kind of infections and so on. Then blood banking itself is a subject which requires a lot of expertise, because 1 unit of blood can give life to 4 or 5 people by fractionation. So, and then the blood has to be preserved. Even the fractions of the blood need to be preserved in a very proper manner. Then histopathology is basically, when you cut a tissue, you might have heard, whenever there is any inkling or any doubt of any cancer being there, they would take a small tissue sample, which is also known as biopsy, and then they look at it under the microscope, do so many things. So all that comes under histopathology. And then immunology is basically, to find out whether your capacity to fight the diseases, how good is this, and various parameters that are checked to find out the effectiveness of the immune system. Here also, in BSc MLT also we have an option of, as you can see here, children, BSc MLT lateral entry. So anybody who's done a diploma in a medical lab technology, which we call as DMLT, can enter directly into the second year. So practically the course would be finished in 2 years time. So from a diploma holder, you will become a degree holder within. And then, as I shared with you, when you talk of what you're going to do after completion of your bachelor's in medical lab technology, you can enter into the diagnostic labs. You might have heard there is a Lal Path lab and Sardana lab, and so many labs are there, which are multinationals also. So you can enter into such diagnostic labs, and you are playing such an important role if by any chance the pathologists are not correct. It will change the entire course of treatment by the doctor also. So the doctors generally get support and need help of the lab technologists all the time. And then we have, you might have seen small labs in the hospitals. Then we have clinical labs. And then, there are some other kind of professions which are also available, which are medical transcription and medical coding. In this case, generally what is done is the doctor speaks at a place which is not in your vicinity. It is an online kind of thing. The doctor will speak and you will just keep on writing down. And India is providing these kind of services to almost the entire Western world. And then, initially you will be a trainee there, and then eventually you gain so much expertise that those doctors, they become dependent upon you. And then, you can move there also. And then you are paid in dollars, you see. Then after your post graduation, you can become a biomedical scientist also, and then you can go abroad. Then, there are many public health laboratories, like you might have heard of a tuberculosis laboratory, which is of national level in Calcutta, and so on. There are so many. India is not even able to, till now, has not been able to get rid of malaria also. Still, once in a while you would see people dying of malaria. So public health in India is still an issue, and there are a large number of public health labs wherein the medical lab technologists can get jobs. And then, again, coming back to RT-PCR, we have the diagnostic kit of RT-PCR. So who makes these kits? So this manufacturing is again done by the medical lab technologists. And as I shared with you earlier also, in blood banks, only you will find medical lab technologists. Nobody else can handle the components of blood, because they require utmost kind of preservation, they require utmost kind of care to be handled, right? And they are the only people who are trained with that. Then biomedical instrumentation companies, they also employ medical technologists, because ultimately they are the people who are going to handle the biomedical instruments. Then, the manufacturers of pharmaceutical, nutraceutical and cosmeceutical. Nutraceutical would be food additives, and the functional foods, like you have Horlicks and so on. Then cosmeceutical products, you get so many cosmetics which are meant to nourish your skin and your hair and so on. So therein also you need a quality control to be applied. So the quality control is taken care by the medical lab technologists. And then of course, you can go for higher studies at any point of time. Sorry. Then coming to the postgraduate courses, we'll talk about the MSc in Clinical Microbiology. As the name suggests, herein you will be required to diagnose the diseases which are caused by the bacteria, the viruses, the fungi, or the parasites, all the microorganisms. So in this case also, followed by the 1.5 years of classroom and laboratory teaching, there will be a 6 months internship in which we generally send the children to, for which we send the children to hospitals to get the hands-on kind of experience. And the profiles are almost similar. I'll not take much time. So in this case, the only thing is, you will get a more specialized job and a little higher salary also, of course, depending upon your expertise, whatever you have learned, your efficiency, and so on. Then children will come to MSc in clinical biochemistry. These people learn the parameters of diagnosis, right? And then they will learn the analytical understanding of the tools and techniques. So here also followed by the entire course, 1.5 years, is followed by the 6 months internship, again in the hospitals or in the labs, and clinical biochemistry techniques are taught to the children. Then I'll share with you that these are the hospitals to which some of the hospitals, this is not the complete list, this is the list of some of the hospitals to which our children go for learning the techniques of diagnosis. Both the UG and the PG children, they are able to enter into these health areas. And this is a slide I would like to show you very proudly, because these are our alumni and students and teachers who have been the COVID warriors. And you can see they have been covered by the press, they have been honored by the society, they have been honored by the government also. So very proudly I'll share that many of our children of medical laboratory sciences have been COVID warriors, and they have contributed a lot during these stress times of pandemic. Then this is a new course which we introduced last year only. This is the course of MSc in Clinical Embryology. So friends, we started this course on the demand from the industry, because you might have heard that you might have heard about IVF, in vitro fertilization, for the parents who are not able to have the baby in the normal way. So in such cases, in vitro fertilization is used. So in this case, there was a huge dearth of expert people. Therefore, after the BSc MLT, or after the general BSc, or after the BSc, wherein the children are taught the bio courses, we have started with the MSc in Clinical Embryology. And for this, we have collaborated with Cooper Surgicals, which is the biggest name in terms of IVF as far as the entire globe is concerned. So the global leaders in the field of IVF have collaborated with us to start this course of MSc in Clinical Microbiology. And in this, after completing this, the people are able to function as senior embryologists in IVF centers, as well as in the gynecological hospitals. And then, I recently met a few people who act as freelancers. So, they'll be going to 3 or 4 hospitals. Then this requires very specialized kind of machinery and very specialized kind of instrumentation. So the people who complete this can enter into the sales and marketing for that, those kind of equipments also, which is again a highly paying kind of job. They can act as trainers in the institute to train the embryologists, the budding embryologists, and of course, they can become teachers like me and ma'am, who are there with me, and sir. Then children, immediately I'll go to the career prospects of pharmaceutical sciences, wherein again we have a bachelor course of 4 years and again a second bachelor course like the previous two of lateral entry. In the Bachelor of Pharmacy, which we call as B Pharm, the course is 4 years, but if you've done diploma in pharmacy, you can directly enter into the second year and complete your bachelor's within 3 years. And let me share with you, the pharmacy course is highly regularized course, and it is regulated by Pharmacy Council of India. So both are B Pharm and M Pharm are recognized by, are approved by Pharmacy Council of India. So this I've already shared with you. The career prospects of pharmacy graduates are immense. There is huge number of opportunities, and most of the times, I've seen that when the companies come for placements, most of the times if they come with, 7 vacancies, they will get 2 or 3 people only, because the numbers are less and the opportunities are more. So after the completion of B Farm, graduate can enter into community pharmacy, hospital pharmacy. The difference between these two is very thin. A community pharmacist is someone who is going to, support the patients. Whenever you go to a chemist shop, half of the counseling is done by the chemist shop employee rather than the doctor. How you are to take it, you are to take it with water, or you are to take it with milk, you are to take it in the night, before the meals, after the meals. So that is the role of a community pharmacist. Hospital pharmacist is someone who is employed in a hospital and looks after the IPD patients also and supports the doctors also. Then this is a very glamorous kind of role, and a very challenging kind of role also. So drug inspectors are supposed to keep the law and order regarding the medicines. So drug inspectors are, of course, it is a government job and in the regulatory sector. So they are kind of, people who will take care that nothing goes wrong. The chemists, they don't sell the drugs to the young children. They are not misused, or they are not charging an unexceptionally high price, or they are not selling the deteriorated or expired drugs and so on. Then you can enter into quality control profession. Whatever medicines are made, they first have to undergo quality control, because ultimately it is, the human health which is in question. So quality control is another area wherein the graduates get employed. And whenever a new drug is created or a new formulation is created, it has to undergo clinical trials. So the pharmacy graduates, they can enter into clinical research also. And then this is one of the most important thing. When you see aspirin is there or paracetamol is there, it cannot be taken as such. So you have to take it either in the form of a tablet or capsule or injection and so on. So formulation development is another area. And then you might have seen medical representatives, carrying a briefcase and going to the doctors and teaching them. So that is another option. And then sales and marketing. And then, the people who write those literatures, the small papers that come out with the medicine. So they are the scientific writers. They are also basically pharmacy graduates only. Moving on, these are the areas in which we offer the post graduation also. Let me move on quickly. In pharmaceutics, we teach the formulation, how to prepare and how to evaluate the dosage forms which have been created. And career prospects will more or less remain the same. Then we have masters in pharmaceutical analysis, wherein we will find out whether the prepared drug is actually matching the standards or not. And these people are employed by all the pharmaceutical industry. So career prospects again more or less the same. In pharmacology, in the masters we teach the students to carry out the experiments on the lab animals. Find out before any experiment or before any clinical study is conducted, we need to conduct the study in the animal, so that there are no harmful effects on the patients. So in M.Pharm pharmacology, we teach that. Then this is a new branch which has been started recently. This is completely support the clinical practice. So this by doing the M.Pharm in pharmacy practice, you become a bridge between the doctors and the patients, and you take care of all the things, you know, for which the doctors don't have time. So there is hospital pharmacy, there is clinical pharmacy, and then there is community pharmacy, wherein you will find your niche areas. And in the case of pharmacy practice, we have an MOU in place with CMC Hospital Ludhiana, wherein our children go and get the training. Now, very interestingly, friends, we also have B.Pharm and M.Pharm in Ayurvedic pharmacy, where except for the fact that we are handling the Ayurvedic drugs, the rest of the opportunities and the rest of the areas, they remain the same. So these are some of the products which have been prepared by our children. These are some of the recruiters who have visited us. And thank you so much. And if there are any questions, you are most welcome to ask those questions. Thank you once again.
That was wonderful, Dr. Monica. It was really an insightful presentation by you. And for the queries, I have created few of the breakout rooms. They can join those rooms, and experts are sitting over there. They can talk about the fee structure. They can talk about eligibility, anything they want to. So I'll be sharing the link soon. And we'll now move on to Dr. Kailash Chandra Juglan for his presentation. Quick presentation. I'm giving you the necessary right, sir. Please take up the things. Thank you.
My screen is visible?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay,
you can just run the presentation, sir. Yeah.
Yes. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. We are from School of Chemical Engineering and Physical Sciences, and the courses which we are offering in our school are the BSc course in Physics, Chemistry, Maths and Stats, and also MSc courses in Physics, Chemistry, Maths and Stats, and as well as PhD courses also. The unique feature or the strength of our school is like we have 130 plus faculty members from all over the world. We have faculty members, most of the faculty members from the IITs, NITs or the central labs, CSIR labs, and many of them are PhD from the various foreign universities. And we have more than 90% placement in reputed companies, and our students are also teaching in various colleges and the central universities also. We have our students are also publishing very papers in very high impact factors, and also publishing patents. We have good instrumentation facilities and well equipped research labs, and we have the sophisticated instruments facilities, which is the central facilities for the university. Our curriculum is customized as per the need of the industry and the society. And as I have discussed, our UG and the PG students are publishing paper, and we have a compulsory research pathway in UG and PG. And because of that, students are getting prepared for the competitions, and also they are publishing the papers and they are getting the benefit of it. We have the credit transfer options for all the courses, and student can take 1 or 2 years, they can study here and they can also go to abroad with credit transfer options. We are also offering the programs with industry tie-up. Right now we have tie-up with the IBM for the BSc Stats and the BSc Mathematics, and also MSc Stats. And very soon we are offering the tie-ups for other courses also. And in these tie-ups, the few courses will be taught by the industry, and the remaining courses we are taking care, and the student can go for the internship over there. Okay, and they will also help the on the placement part. Our curriculum is customized in such a way that we are also training students for the competitive exams, And we have selective pathways for these courses, and we are also prepared for BSc student. We are preparing for them JAM exam, and which is one of the dream for the student to clear this exam. And also for MSc student, we are preparing them for JEST exam, CSIR NET exam, GATE exam, and number of students have cleared the UPSC exams also. If student is having willing to go for the UPSC exams or the civil services, we are also having the option in our pathways. Now, generally, when we were in colleges, and we were having a concept that the sciences students are meant only for the teaching, and in few cases in chemistry they can go for the pharma sector or the paint sector or all these. But nowadays the demand of chemistry student is increasing everywhere. Okay, student can go for the dye and paint industries, soap and detergents, cosmetics, IT industry also. Now our students are placed in the, we can say, the various world-class the IT companies, and they are getting better packages also. Okay, because the IT companies are also searching for the physics personnel or chemistry personnel or mathematics personnel, and they are giving them huge packages also. And also these are the options where student can go: cement industry, okay, or petrochemicals, biochemicals, chemical industry. And teaching is the most, we can say, the safest part for the any chemistry student or physics student or maths student, because for teaching we require these core courses. And for school teaching, if you want to go for the science teacher, you must have chemistry or physics or mathematics in your course. And that's why this is one of the safest part for any candidate. Also, in case of mathematics, students have huge, we can say, the branches where they can search for their career. And these are the banking sector, insurance sectors, IT sector, coaching classes. We can say our number of students, they opened or they start up with the coaching sectors. And students are clearing the UPSC exams, IAS or IFS or IPS, like all these things. And students are also motivated for the research. As I have discussed, we have a compulsory research pathway, and because of that, students are also getting opportunity in research labs. And teaching and banking, all these sectors are available for the mathematics students also. And these are the sectors which are other than the traditional. Generally, for physics student, the branches are less, which was in our mind earlier. But nowadays, the physics students are also having the scope in various branches, like teaching is one of the area. And other than the teaching, we have the option in, we can say, the content writing. All the students, our number of students are working in Byju's. Okay, what they are doing there, they are doing the job of the content developer there. And also academic craft and various companies are there in which our students are doing job as a content writer. Okay, and they are also getting job in the instrumentation industry, computational biophysics, defense, astrophysics, material science, electronics, acoustics, nuclear physics, satellite science, nanotechnology. All these are the emerging branches where student can search for the career. In case of stats, this is the new branch which we have started, and now we have started a new course which is with association with or with tie-up with the IBM, and which is the leading brand in computers. And our students can get benefited from these tie-ups also. And what our students are getting, or you can search for the job, you can get a job of data analytics and the financial analyzer. We can have surveyor, or we can have the banking regulatory agent. And we have auditors, research, teaching, and many more, because our some of students, last year one student got a package of 8 lakh starting package, and after the training definitely it will be increased. And if a student is getting a package just after the BSc or MSc, if you are getting a package of more than 8 lakh per annum, which is the we can say good option. Our faculty members and students are doing good research, and because of that we have good funding from the government agencies, and this is the list of the funding which we have received. And you can see the total worth is more than 1.5 crore from the government of India. We have the fund from the government, we can say Department of Science and Technology. We have fund from the CSIR and various government labs. Okay, these are the some of the highlights which our faculty members showcase or achieved right now, or these are the ongoing funded projects. In terms of the research facilities, all the research facilities which is required for a high level research, all these instruments are available in our university. And you can see some of the examples which I have cited over here are the powder XRD, FSM, electrochemical workstation, fluorescence spectrometer, okay, centrifuge, and the gravitometry analyzer, differential scanning calorimeter, density meter, viscometer, probe scanner, particle size and zeta potential analyzer, HPLC, or we have FTIR. These are the some high-end instruments which is available in the university for carrying out the high-end research. We have number of MOUs also. We have 2 MOUs with the universities in Vietnam. We have one tie-up. Recently, we have signed a MOU with the University of Winnipeg. And what is this University of Winnipeg? In this university, the student can go for 2 year in they can study 2 year in LPU, and the 2-year program they can do in University of Winnipeg. For right now, the MOU is signed for 2 programs: BSc honors physics, BSc honors stats, and also we have increased the BSc honors mathematics. And here it is a program of 2+2. That means it will be a 4-year BSc degree, because generally in honors degree in Canada will be of 4 year, and 2 year they have to study in India, and rest 2 year they will join the Canadian university, and the fee structure will be according to the university. Now we are regularly inviting the we can say the good professors and the eminent scientists for interacting with the student. This is one of the glimpse of one of the scientists, which is, or we can say, I am saying the scientist or academician, which is the most famous one. And I think all these students, those are studying in the +1, +2 class, they might have studied their course or the book, the concepts of physics. Okay, and this is the, we can say, the best professor, one of the best professor in physics. And we have, he is a regular visitor of LPU, and he is always motivating our students and also participating in various events. We are organizing number of every year or every after 6 months we are organizing some events under his leadership. Okay, and he is also the member, or we can say the chair of the member of Indian Association of Physics Teachers, and we are organizing the number of events under his leadership. Now these are the few highlights which I have shown here, and this is one of the our MSc student, Sam Williams. He got a scholarship of $57,000 per year from a American university, which is University of Wayne State University. And you can imagine, if that much of scholarship, if we will convert it into rupees, it will be approximately 40 to 45 lakh per annum. And he is getting this opportunity just after the MSc. Okay, during his MSc he got this opportunity. And every year our, we can say, the about 20 to 25 or 30% students are getting these kind of opportunity. The Akash Khandu, this year he went to the Poland for his, after completing his master, he went for the PhD. This is one of the student, Karanpreet Singh. He did his master BSc from LPU and got selected for MSc PhD integrated program with a scholarship of 30,000 Canadian dollar. And if a student just after completing a BSc degree, is able to get this much of scholarship because of his research publication in BSc. He has published 5 research papers in reputed journal during his BSc, and that's why he was able to get this grant opportunity. And generally in India, we have a trend to go for the higher study in various world-class university, and we are paying huge amount of fee for them. But our students, almost all the students are getting these kind of opportunity, are also getting the scholarship. Okay, thank you all. And if you have any query, we can discuss.
Wonderful, Dr. Juglan. That was really quick and very insightful. And the queries would be taken up in the chat section or in the breakout room, definitely created for all the students. And quickly we move on to Dr. Neeta Raj Sharma for her quick presentation. And it's over to you, Dr. Neeta Raj.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Rishi. And I think that my job has become a little bit easier because some commonalities have already been discussed in the earlier presentation.
Almost things are common in our schools.
Yeah. Dr. Rishi, am I audible and my screen is visible?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Your screen needs to be shared.
Show my screen. Yeah. Is it okay now?
Perfect.
Fine.
Carry on.
This is School of Bioengineering and Biosciences, and we are located in the 56 block of lush green campus of lovely professional university. And on behalf of our university and the entire fraternity of our School of Bioengineering and Biosciences, I welcome all the science aspirants in this webinar. And this presentation of mine will comprise the basic details of the master programs, what we are offering, and some of the projects, what our students are doing, along with the national and international tie-ups, and the career prospects in the different areas of the masters, what I'm going to discuss with you. And first of all, before going in the detail, I would like to share with you all that we have got 10th ranking in life sciences by Times Higher Education. Just a minute, there is some problem I'm finding. Dr. Rishi, can you move the screen? Yeah, it is done now. Fine. So we have got 10th ranking in MSc in this life sciences. So far the Times Higher Education ranking is concerned, which is one of the most prestigious ranking agencies in the world. And with this, I would like to move forward. Dr. Rishi, the slide is not moving.
Madam, I suppose you can press escape and then.
Yeah, I'm escaping this, but I don't know what is the reason. I'm just putting off my video. Maybe bandwidth problem. Yes. Fine. All the aspirants, I would like to suggest you that whenever we have to decide that which stream is to be chosen, it is a very difficult task, right? So we should see the trend that what is the market trend nowadays. If you find the biotechnology sector, it is booming high. If you see the statistics over here, I am presenting in 2018, there was $51 million the size of the market, but it is increasing year-wise. If you see the extrapolation in the year of 2023 and 2025, it is expected $150 million. So you can decide that how huge this biotechnology sector is currently in current times, and it is progressing very high, you can say exponentially rather. So there are different verticals in the biotechnology sector. Why? It is a very transdisciplinary stream. You will find different sectors, and each sector has the potential to grow independently. For example, you can see here herbal tissue culture or micropropagation. Okay, this is one of the courses what we offer to our students. Now you can see here the vertical wise distribution of these startups. You will find it 29% startups are there in this area only, in this vertical only. As I said that biotechnology is completely multidisciplinary, so a lot of opportunities are there in different areas. So this tissue culture or micropropagation technique is used by agriculturists for the mass cultivation. And you can see here food, nutrition, and biofertilizers. This is also one of the area for these startups, and it is being taken by biotechnology, and it is 24% potential nowadays in the market, and diagnostic biomedical device 23%, and which is further followed by 12% each for fermentation and molecular biology. So you can see very well and decide that what is the right choice for you after seeing the market size and the vertical potential in the different areas. This is for the startups only. I didn't discuss about the job placements and the higher education possibilities in this program. So if I move to the next. Yes, these are the programs: MSc Honors Biotechnology, MSc Honors Microbiology, MSc Forensic Sciences, MSc Honors Botany, and MSc Honors Geology. So I will be discussing the common framework of the courses in all these programs together, and these programs are of 2 years duration. So we have semester system. There are 4 semesters in each of the master program. So let's see what are the academic highlights in our program. This presentation is being stuck, so sorry for inconvenience. Yes, these are the academic highlights of our master's program. So first of all, whenever we design the curriculum, we always ensure that we are at par of the international and national organizations as well as the regulatory bodies. So in our case, the regulatory body is UGC. So we benchmark our curriculum with the reputed national universities and international universities. And our master's students, after completion of their degree or in their 4th semester, they appear for national eligibility test. So we ensure whether 100% contents we are offering in the syllabus of the master program, so that it will facilitate the students to qualify the national eligibility tests, which makes them to take the admission in PhD programs with scholarship and in the reputed national universities. So this is the unique feature what we are offering in our master program, that we are also collaborating with Pathfinder. They are the coaching center for the NET examination. So the students who are interested to qualify the NET examination, they go for 1 semester. The last semester, what we have kept free from all the courses. The students are free to go in the last semester to the industry or to the research organization or to the coaching center, and they pursue whatever they want in their future. So flexibility in the curriculum, in a way, if we see the pathways also. So when students in the master program are with us in the 1st semester, we start motivating them and we start interaction with them, and we have the mentors for the students who regularly interact with the students, just to know that what are their future plans, and accordingly we guide them that whether they are interested to pursue PhD or they are interested to join the corporate jobs. So in the 2nd semester onwards, students have to identify that which pathway they are going to take. So if they are choosing corporate jobs pathway, then we have a set of courses. Only those courses will be taught to the students, and the students are motivated to join any industry in their 4th semester, or this 4th semester is mapped with the courses, and the credits are accordingly calculated based on their internship. So the students who are interested to pursue their PhD and they are choosing the higher studies basket, then we offer a different set of advanced courses which are in the net syllabus. So it facilitates students to qualify the exam since they are interested in the research. So we motivate the students to join the research organization for their internship. So these are the basic highlights of our program, and I'm going to show you that what are the mandatory courses for all the master students what we are offering. So this, if we see the research orientation in this scheme, we have dissertation 1, 2 and 3. These are the mandatory courses. This is the project actually referred as dissertation. It is divided in 3 parts, and the students publish one paper during their dissertation 1 when they identify the research problem, and in the dissertation 2 when they start their experimentation, and dissertation 3 when they submit their report. So between dissertation 2 and at the end of dissertation 3, they write the research paper from their experimental studies and they publish, and in dissertation 1 they publish one review paper. So the outcome of the master program from one student is 2 paper. And our scheme is also having the industrial orientation. So the unique feature of this orientation, how we fulfill this, we invite the industry people from the reputed industries, and they teach one course which is in the corporate basket to the students who are aspirant to join the placement, industry placement or corporate jobs. So these are the features. Now let's see what are further courses which are of mandatory nature. So the course is fundamentals of research. This is mandatory, and the course on research methods and design is also mandatory, and as I said, dissertation 1, 2 and 3 are also mandatory. So for all these students, these courses are mandatory, and the rest of the courses will depend on the specialization they have chosen. It may be microbiology, biotechnology, or the botany or zoology, but we have a different set of core courses for the forensic program. Going to the next slide, I have to stop the video when I am transiting to the next slide. Yeah. So this is one example for MSc Honors Biotechnology program that we have 4 semesters. As I said that this is of 2 years program having semester system, so 4 semesters are there. If you see the corporate jobs, the students who are opting the corporate pathway, they will go for molecular diagnostics, theory course, molecular diagnostic lab, and regulatory affairs. In current scenario, these all 3 programs are very important. As ma'am already said in the presentation that RT-PCR technology is nowadays very important for the diagnosis of COVID positive. So such kind of knowledge we provide, that what are the molecular tools and techniques nowadays to run for the diagnosis purpose. Okay, and we invite the industry person. Currently this regulatory affairs course is being taught by an expert from DuPont industry, which is very well known. So if these students are opting for the higher education pathway, then we are going to offer the advanced courses which are of competition nature, and the 100% syllabus is mapping with the net examination syllabus, like cell signaling and communication, ecology, and teaching practices in corporate sector. The students who are interested in joining the coaching centers for teaching, then we offer such kind of course also, because for that higher education is required if you join any coaching center, because your fundamentals should be very, very clear. Since we have research orientation and industry orientation in our program. So I'm interested to show you the statistics of our school, research statistics of our school. We have 51 PhD qualified faculty members from different reputed organizations, national and international, with postdoc experience. So annually, on average, our students publish 200 papers and they file 25 patents, and some of the patents have also been granted, and we are looking for the commercialization of those patents. And what is the pathway? We have corporate advisory board in our school, wherein 10 industry people, industry owners are the part of the corporate advisory board. So they help us that how we can commercialize the products, and how we can translate the research from lab to the field. And we have 20 live projects annually. Our students are involved in doing these. We have innovation studio workshop is there, so the all time, whenever students are free from their studies, they go there, they do fabrication, and lot of innovative and creative work is done in that workshop. And rest, I'm going to show you the students projects, and I'm covering all these streams together, and I will show you that what kind of projects our students are doing. So this is one example for microbiology students, master's microbiology student. She worked with TCS industry in Pune, and they have developed a prototype wherein they are treating the textile industry effluent. You can see here very well that this is the untreated effluent, and which is being passed through the column, which is filled up the bioadsorbent, and finally she is using the microbiological interventions, and finally this is the partially treated textile effluent, which is in the permissible limit to dispose of in the natural resources. So this prototype has been patented, and now we are looking for the commercialization. Another this unique device has been developed by our master students from microbiology. This is algae based air purifier, and this work has been done with IISc Mohali, IISER Mohali. So this is also this has also been patented. And further you can see this is the biotechnology student. I have picked up one example from each these streams, so you will be having an idea that what are the thrust areas in our school and what type of projects our students are doing. So this is the biotechnology student. She worked in collaboration with the Central Potato Research Institute, Shimla, and she worked on heat tolerant potato, and cloning and characterization of heat tolerance responsive genes from potato cultivar was done, and she has published very good papers. And here you can see the student from zoology department. He developed the consortium of probiotics from aquatic bodies to enhance the fish farming prospects for the people, and this work has also been patented. Now you can see the student from botany department. She worked on genetic biodiversity, and she worked on endangered medicinal plant, that is Schwärcia, and she selected the elite variety of the Schwärcia, which is having high concentration of bioactive compounds. Now you can see here she has used biotechnological strategies. So I would like to tell you here that under the umbrella of the School of Bioengineering and Biosciences, we have 8 different departments. So our students, for example, botany student is not confined only to the botany department. She can take the help or the guidance from the biotechnology department to make the project interdisciplinary. So this is a very good example you can see here. Next example I'm going to show you of the students from forensic sciences. So as I said that we have 8 departments. One of the departments is bioinformatics, which is very emerging nowadays, this bioinformatics. Now we have started MSc honors in bioinformatics also, and you can see that this work of forensic sciences students in collaboration with bioinformatics faculty and students, they developed 2 databases and which has been copyrighted. And these databases, this is for the identification of bug mark of black bugs, and this is on the dental anomalies, on which basis the detection of the individuals can be done. So we have academic tie-ups, international tie-ups also. For national tie-ups I have already mentioned when I discussed about the projects, but here are the academic tie-ups. You can see very well the Memorial University. So they offered Queen Elizabeth scholarship to 2 students, and those 2 students I met in Canada in Memorial University, and nowadays they are pursuing PhD from there. We have MOU with this university, and you can see here La Trobe University, Australia. We have the MOU with Murdoch University also in Australia, and University of Scotland. We are 2 students recently came back from there after the joint program. And Birmingham City University, I am the visiting professor in this university, so we have a very good collaboration with them, and our PhD students have collaborated the projects with their faculty, and they are publishing jointly in a very reputed journals. You can see here funded projects with international university. So at present we have more than 10 crore worth of school, and whatever nature on the project. And the thrust area of the waste management and the environmental biotechnology. We work with McGill University Canada and University of British Columbia Canada. These are very reputed top rated universities in Canada. And University of Gulf, we have one project with IC Impact DBT funded project of 4.5 crore. And recently we have completed one project with University Laval in Canada. And we have University of Victoria. We worked on the treatment of car wash effluent, and we have a very good team in the University of Victoria also. Our 2 faculty members, they are doing their postdoc studies through this project. And we have further Cardiff Metropolitan University. Recently I have completed one project on in collaboration with this university, and it was funded by DIT UK, or it was on the IPR of food industries. So we have Versa University of Life Sciences. Currently we are also doing one project on green economy and circular economy, which is funded by the European Commission, and having 7.5 crore funding. But this is there is the consortium of 15 and 16 universities worldwide. So University of Nicosia and Versa are the part of that. So this is the status of the funded projects in our school. And here is the mentioning. I have mentioned here that what are the sectors wherein our students have been placed till date. Very emerging area nowadays in the market research and financial research. So our students are able, even master students are able to crack the competition and the drives which are conducted by root analysis. They look purely analytical skills in these students, and they are our regular recruiters, because we offer the analytical skill courses to the students, soft skill courses to the students. And some of the names, there is a big list actually I have mentioned over here, so I don't want to read one by one, but Nestle, Glaxo, Biocon, and this Healthplex. These are IDS Infotech, as ma'am already discussed about the medical description. Nowadays it is very emerging area. So these are our regular recruiters, and if we see the history of our school for the placements, it is always 95% above. So there are different sectors: R&D and manufacturing, IT sector. Currently we have got a very good offers from Amazon for our forensic students. So I think 12 students from forensic sciences, they have joined Amazon with a very good remuneration. And currently one of these students has been placed with 11 LPA. So this is the profile of our school. And if you have any question, I would be very happy to take your queries. Thank you so much for your patient listening.
Really, really wonderful, Dr. Neeta Raj. Thank you so much for sparing time. And definitely, students, I have already shared the link of the breakout room. You can get into the breakout room and click over there. Breakout rooms, you will be getting a choice over there. Which room you want to join.
How
you
to
want
go?
to get into pharmacy, or you want to get into sciences. You will be having a choice over there. And before you leave, it's a very, very important section that we are going to cover now. That's how to fill your preferences in the interface. I would request Professor Gaurav Pushkarna to be active and take up the things quickly. Go through this. All the students are requested to stay here for a quick presentation, a demo on how to fill the preferences. Over to you, Professor Pushkarna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Rishi. I hope the screen is visible. Dr. Rishi, can you please?
Yes, it is visible, Gaurav.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So good afternoon, everybody. I hope that you are familiar with the dashboard of your LPU Nest portal. So this is how it looks.
Professor Pushkarna, you need to move to the other screen, please. Yeah.
Okay. So this is a candidate of BTech LPU Nest test, but I think your relevant test would be appearing in your dashboard. So what you will find is you'll find here rank your preference button. Okay, so it will be active within a day or two. So when you'll click it, it will take you to this preference filling interface, and it'll be in two parts. One, you have to select your subjects or whatever you have done in your qualifying exam, and then depending upon the subjects, you have to rank the programs in which you are eligible from 1 to whatever n number. So this is how it looks, and this is very simple interface. It's just drag drop. You can pick one choice, drag it downwards, drag it upwards. Okay, and this works very fine on your mobiles also, so no worries according. So first section would be the subjects that you would have studied in your graduation or post graduation, or maybe 10+2, whatever test you have applied for relevant, and then you'll be seeing a list of programs in which you are eligible. You have to rank them according to your preference. So topmost preference should come at the top, and then you can very easily move it, drag and drop. Very simple. I think this would not be any hindrance for anybody to submit their preferences. But still, if you have any doubts, you can raise a query in your dashboard, or maybe give us a call at our communication or telephonic number that is there on the websites. I think that's all from my side, Dr. Rishi.
Thank you so much, Professor Pushkarna, for giving a quick demo of the things. And you can now, or I request all the attendees to, you can now see your chat box, get the link from there for the queries in case you want to interact one-to-one with our mentors. Our counselors are sitting over there in this chat box, or sorry, in this breakout room. You click, you see your chat box of this particular interface. You'll see a Zoom link over there. You click onto that Zoom link, you will find an option of breakout rooms, and from the breakout rooms you can select you want to get into the room of pharmacy or you want to get into the other sciences room. So we have different people sitting over there, and you can get into those rooms and take up your one-to-one queries over there. And that was all from our side, and I would like to thank all the attendees for a patient listening, and I hope this webinar would be helping you a lot in filling your preferences in a better way. And I would like to thank all the presenters, Dr. Monica Gulati, Dr. Neeta Raj, Professor Juglan, and of course Professor Gaurav Pushkarna for sparing time for the students and helping them. We'll come up with such webinars on various topics in future as well, and keep on watching our website, peeping into the admissions and webinars page. You can see all the webinars are upcoming webinars, and the recordings of the previous webinars are also available over there. You can go through them and register for the upcoming webinars. Thank you so much. That's all. Signing off. You can, I'm not closing the session for a while because I want you to copy the link from the chat box. The Zoom link is available in the chat box. You can copy and then move on. So I'll be again pasting the link. Those who have missed it out, I'm doing it again. Just give me a second. So if you move to your chat box, I am typing it again over there. You get this link now. It's a Zoom link. I'm going to share it in your question and answer box also. You see over there is a link now. Q&A box also. Quickly copy and I'll be closing this session, right?